I want to start streaming. Click here so you can see the chat. And you guys are good. Hello.
Were you in last week?
Last week podcast?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. What's up?
Can you put it over there for me? Gracias. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome back to our
So,
podcast.
what are we talking about today?
Why is it a good time to buy real estate today?
Why?
For investors and first-time home buyers or any buyers.
Okay.
Why is it a good time for an
For
investor?
homeowners, right? It's always a good time if they're going to be living in the home.
Well, a lot of people don't think that way because price is high, the rates are high, they want to wait it out. Then
Yeah.
what do you want to tell them?
It's building equity, right? It's building equity. The long haul in owning a home is the bigger picture, right?
Well, yeah, but if they're worried about the high interest rates, then, I mean, buy a house when there's not enough competition, such as now, and refinance it once the rates come down.
That's
Yeah,
actually
I mean,
pretty
but that's
smart.
it.
Yes.
That
Pretty
would be
smart.
ideal. That would be ideal. So get into a home is what you're saying for home buyers. Get into the home in this market because you will be able to get a cheaper price on the home,
Sure.
but you will be paying a higher interest rate.
Right.
And then you can refinance after 2 years or
Right.
5 years,
When the
10
rates come
years.
down, and the rates will come down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come down to 4%. Then that's when you refinance it. Yeah, and then you'll be able to save what, $500 to $700 a month.
Let's stay on this subject of home buyers that are going to live in their home in this time frame in this market. I think the most affected, the multi-million dollars home sales are not really affected because those buyers, they can afford it on any interest rate because they're coming in conventionally. They have, other sources of income probably
Right.
where they can subsidize, payments. But the one that's going to be affected is $1 million and under. That's where we're feeling the crunch. As investors, we're feeling a crunch in home buying, right? And like people buying homes, a small reduction because we've been on such a high increase in fast sales where it's coming down to normality right now for investors, and everyone has fear, like, oh, the recession. There really is a recession.
Yeah.
There really is inflation going on right now, and I totally agree. If I was in the shoes of a home buyer, I would want to get in a home. If I had a job, it's better than paying rent. It's your equity is going towards something. But everyone, I think half the buyers are going to wait for better rates.
Yeah.
Okay, wait for, because that certain $1 million is a big thing. If you're buying a house for $1 million, 4 months ago you would be paying $4,000 in mortgage. Right. Now you're going to be paying $6,500 in mortgage in some cases, which that knocked them out of buying a home.
Right.
Okay, and they can't afford it anymore. They can afford a $700,000 home, which you can't find
anywhere right now.
You got to go to Riverside to find.
Not even in Riverside. Like I was looking at the map, with like homes available in Riverside, and everything is like above
700. Yeah, it's getting up there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell me what you're thinking.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to buy homes, but
Yeah.
this is the best time to buy because you have less competition. Remember, earlier this year,
As an investor, yeah, I
not
100%
just an investor,
agree.
the first time buyer too. Like, remember, February, you submit an offer, you get outbid by 20 other offers.
Correct.
And it was impossible for you to purchase a home. But now, you could leisurely look at 10, 20 homes and pick the one that you like and negotiate with the seller.
There is more motivation, but I think we're at a verge in the market where that motivation hasn't become motivation. You understand? Like, I think that there's still time for that. I think the fear hasn't set in, really.
Right.
I think it's just a surface level of the fear.
And one of the reasons why the sellers are not fearful is because they are locked in with such low interest rate now.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
a lot of people will not be selling because if they bought in the last 2 years, that would be the worst move they ever made, right?
I mean, they are locked in at 2.5% interest rate, 3% interest rate.
Oh, they're killing
You will
it.
never
Yeah.
see that interest rate in your
Never.
lifetime. and they're happy with that. I mean, even though the price has gone up, there's equity, they can always get line of credit to if they want to refinance it.
Or
The
do
rates are
anything.
low.
Get a HELOC
They're
or
good.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Anthony had a question. What's up?
I was just making sure that you can see the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they asking questions?
What over question? Yeah, not yet.
Oh, well, let's flip the script on our side, on the investment side. This is absolutely the best time to start thinking about purchasing real estate. Well, I say thinking about it because you have to have all your ducks in a row. It's just a surface right now. It's just starting, you know, the fear and all that. I'm asking reductions on all the properties, and half of them are giving me the reduction I need because they're motivated. There's going to be a handful of motivated sellers on this market where investors can take advantage
Yeah.
of this. This is an opportunity. I've never been in a downturn of a market. I started in real estate in 2014.
Well, 2019 you had a little bit.
2014 till right now, it's
rephrase
been going
that.
up. It's been going. We're just having a little dip right now too, but this is not a fall yet.
Yeah.
I think the fall is yet to come. Of course,
You don't want to fall.
I do want to fall.
You do.
I'm
can
listen
buy cheap.
listen to this. I'm so prepared for this recession because I've been reading books. I've been understanding what the wealthy look for.
Yeah.
In the 2 years of a recession, you can make real wealth. In the 10 years of an upturn, you can get rich. The downturn is where the real smart money are buying. When everyone is not buying, which I haven't seen that yet. I still see a little people buying. I still see, people looking at properties. I want to see everything silent. And I know what you were talking
No
about, that
action.
COVID time, that 2-3 months of COVID time where it was more than silent. It was quiet. And guess what him and I were doing?
Wow.
So bad.
Properties.
We were overbuying. I went all in. I bought 9 properties in the months of COVID.
No way.
Whenever everything fell, because the properties that were on the market, they had fear. They had fear, like, oh my God, no one's buying properties. And then someone comes along and buys it for cash. They're gonna give you that discount that you want. So I recommend for all investors, get your cash up. You know, I mean, that's another thing. I mean, if you can reallocate some money and sell a property at a break even or a loss, whatever it may be, to reallocate that money in a better market and buying in a down market, right? I mean, like in the next 6 months to a year, I think it's opportunity knocks.
During the COVID time, I bought a house in East LA with the view up on the mountain, about 1,100 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Guess how much paid? It was a beat up house
Like
with about
500?
8,000 square feet left. Huh?
Like 500.
260.
No. 260.
260 2 years ago. East LA.
I was yeah,
What'd you sell it
500 or
for?
something.
Oh, I sold it for like what, 650?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's
like,
crazy.
but that's, I mean, what he's saying to you is like, that's what we've been doing for the last 8 years. This has been an up market, and what the number he just said of that one property, he bought 200 of them this year that are making last year that made him that same amount of money. The year before that made him the same amount of money. That's just one property that he bought in COVID, and he bought many of them, and they all did the same thing. Right now, it's going to be a little bit different. The properties that are on the market right now, they're still kind of using the old comps, where the old comps were pretty good.
They were a
Okay,
little high.
and these sellers of these properties that are on the market right now, they don't want to reduce the price. They want those old comps. Okay, so like it's very hard for them to be motivated.
Yeah.
They need to see a downturn. They need to see a war in the market. I'm just not lying. Look. I mean, I don't want anyone to die. I don't want, but like whatever the big guys up top decide to put us in, they're gonna put us in. And I'm just sitting back waiting with my cash ready, because I'm gonna be the one purchasing, because I have read about this multiple times. Like Warren Buffett's right now cash heavy. buying stocks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and people see these stocks go up right now. That's cyclical daily. Real estate is cyclical yearly. It's cycles in a year and longer terms. With the stocks, I'm not into that. I'm into long-term wealth. Where in the long term, everything you buy,
Yeah.
even if you buy in a high market, if you wait long enough, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
You're gonna win.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, that's my 2 cents. What do you guys got to say?
I mean, I noticed that a lot of sellers are softening up, and then the ones that I'm buying as an investments, I'll go into an escrow, and I'll ask for multiple discounts. Like I'll go in and ask for repair reduction, and then once I get the loan docs, I'll ask for another credit because hey, the rates are up. I have to put more down payment. Can you help me out? Sellers are giving in.
Yeah.
So it's perfect time to purchase.
And we're just seeing
Yeah.
the beginning of that breaking point of them breaking the ice and them giving those reductions, and you're gonna start seeing a lot more of that.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna start seeing a lot more of that. I hope. You know what I mean? Either way it goes, we're gonna win. Let me tell you why. Because I got properties for sale and I'm ready to buy properties. So I mean, like, whatever happens, I'm listing 2 properties this week.
Yeah, we are.
So I mean, like, and you guys are listing 3 properties. So I mean, like, we got properties for sale and we're ready to buy. Whatever the market wants to do,
That's what
we're going to be
going.
there
Yeah.
to take advantage of it. And that's what it's there for. I mean, it's there for us to, this is the saying that I love. If you plan to fail, if you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. So you always have to plan. You always have to be ready. Not like, oh my God, like a chicken with their head cut off. The market's falling. What am I going to do? Nah, sit back, relax.
Let it fall.
Yeah, just let it fall. Because you have your books, you have your knowledge that, hey, just you got to stay calm in a time like this. And this is the time to, be poised and have a plan.
Helen had an open house on Pasadena House this weekend.
Okay.
And I want to ask her how many buyers
Visitors
she
came in.
How many did she say?
10?
I just
10 a day.
10 came in. 10 couples or 10 people?
10, how many hours?
How many hours?
10 people came in
11 to 6.
So that was a whole day.
the whole day.
Yeah.
So one an hour, maybe. One group an hour. How many groups? 5?
Total is 10.
No.
10 groups?
How many groups?
Total, no
10
groups.
groups. One day.
There was no couples that came in, or just single people only?
No, couple is okay.
So 10 groups a day on Saturday and Sunday. So there are about 20 groups that come in.
Couple don't have
Is
Okay.
couple one person or 2 people?
2 people or family from
So, I
When
mean-
a family comes in, do you count that as a whole group, or do you count the you?
family is one group.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So
Okay.
10 different parties came in.
That's
10
good.
yeah.
10 different parties, and they were all buying. Like, how many families? 2.
Yeah, I mean,
2?
How big was the house?
it was 1100, 14? No.
No. Mentor is
1286.
Okay,
Right.
and
Yeah.
what did you have
A
it
little
listed
over
for?
1,200 square feet.
Listing
Yeah.
price.
Listed
Yes.
at $1.2 million.
1.2 million dollars.
Right.
And you had 10 groups this weekend, and
20 groups. Saturday
20
and
groups
Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, all day. And any interested buyers that were like ready to put the offer or like love the house?
What do they like about it?
I think it's, they like it, but they're thinking about it. The price is too expensive.
Yes.
I mean, for that area, the market value is about 1.314.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it's-
that's the
house is
old
small.
comps that we were just talking
Right.
about, right? Yeah, of course. I mean,
That's old comps.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Why did you ask Helen how many people came in?
Why did I ask?
What was
I want to see the temperature of the market. Market
He
temperature.
wants to see the buyers that are out there looking for
Yeah.
homes
Right.
actively.
And then do you think the number is low or high?
The number of people who came in?
Yeah.
It's normal. It's regular. It's not something too much. It's not something too little of what I would be worried about.
For the past 10 years, it's a low number.
I mean, if you look at last 2 years, it's
Yeah, it's a low number.
What was it last
but-
that's
2
the
years?
norm.
But
That's how it's supposed to
but
be.
yes, it's the norm for a long time ago.
I think it's a super low. Usually open house.
Okay, but then there's high. I think 20 is average, 10 is low, and 40 plus is high.
40 plus is no, that's crazy.
What are you talking about? It's high. It's been
40
happening
plus
for,
is crazy.
for 6 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
I mean, I've done open houses with like 40 plus, 100 plus people.
I mean,
In a
I've
day?
had
Yes.
40 people come in within 2 minutes. So,
Yeah,
if you talk about outrageous numbers, I've seen it. But
exactly.
I'm just saying
So
the
what we're talking about, a lot,
normality.
medium, and low. Low is 5 to 10 and under.
Yeah.
Okay. Medium is 20 to 30. And anything above 40 is like you had an amazing day.
And you should have a potential offer.
You should have
You
an
should
offer.
definitely have
and
an
then we did. When
Yeah.
we had 40 people come into an open house, we
Yeah.
had an offer the next day. And we had offers in the first week.
How
This
was
is
your
gonna-
open house?
how many days have your open house been on the market?
Good question.
How many days has your house been on the market?
3
It
days.
was like 2
It
days.
was
They
listed
did
on Saturday.
It was listed on Friday, no?
Well, next week we
Saturday
want to update.
morning,
We
night,
want a
yeah, for 1
2-minute
day, I guess.
update about next week. Did you have any offers? Did the people increase or decrease next week? So we'll ask you the same questions to this day next week,
Yeah.
so we can get an update and everyone can understand what's going on.
I just asked her, how did you know that this class, again, they're still looking internet?
Yeah, they're still looking to the internet to purchase a house.
Yeah.
Just that, I wish there was a lot more open house signs so you can grab,
More
more people.
attention.
nosy neighbors.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. More signs, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many signs does she have?
Like 20.
2?
20.
Oh, okay.
20.
Yeah.
2. How was your open house?
I mean, I wanted to share something. So back in April, just like four months ago, before I went to Korea, I had open house almost every week, like twice a week, Saturday and Sunday. Second week, third week, I had an open house in Torrance, one of Bonnie's listing, and like 40 people showed up. And third week, I was able to write an offer for one of my client who walked in.
Good.
This couple, and I didn't get it. Like I was in the second place, I wasn't able to make open the escrow, but. So there was a lot of activity, and I had an open house on Sunday at one of the property in LA.
Melbourne.
Yeah, right? Because I reached out.
What happened?
It's
It's very
I
slow.
was gonna actually talk to him in person.
It was very slow. Talk to us right now. 0 people. 0 people.
So one
Look.
neighbor actually came in. I would say she's a neighbor. She had this nurse name, but she didn't even actually go upstairs. So I don't count her as coming
Yeah, I mean, it was listed high. That's why. The price is high for the neighborhood.
The area is, it's like 12th Street and Alvarado. It's not a really good area, but the house inside was pretty nice.
Yeah. The house is
I'm
beautiful.
sure it's a beautiful
Yeah,
house.
it was done
Yeah.
really well.
Look, that Torrance house that you sold and had 40 people. If you had a chance to list that house today, it would be a different story. I'm just telling you, it would be 10 people there.
That's what I'm telling
It would be 10 people there, and you would not have an offer in the 3 days. It's just a different market. It's a tighter market, and it's
shifted,
just starting.
yeah.
And it's just starting, so it's the
shifting.
beginning of this. We don't know which way it's gonna go. I'm ready for both ways.
I mean, in the earlier, I
Yes.
said the sellers are very motivated. I don't think sellers are motivated. Sellers are always motivated when the price is right, right? But I think they're just freaking out because the price they think it's gonna go down, and they're just so nervous. Just like all the time.
Well, see,
So
when I talk
they're
about
motivated.
motivation, I'm an investor. So I'm not talking about as a home buyer, going to look for motivation. I'm talking about like as an investor. When I go and talk to someone, there is a real reason these people are selling. Like, I don't need them to be motivated, like meaning like, oh, I want to make some money right now. No, they either have a probate situation, someone had passed away, there's some
There's the
motivation,
reason why.
and then the market's falling, and these people are on a time crunch. And time crunch. They gotta solve this issue before a mortgage comes up, before a probate situation comes up, before a court date, before a foreclosure, before a short sale, whatever the case may be. That's the motivation I'm looking for, because I can solve a real issue for them and I can get that property at the low. So that's key for me being an investor. Now we talk back about these home buyers. That market is totally different market.
Yeah.
Those home buyers, they're just working on affordability. And right now we lost half or more of the people that were looking for affordable housing.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm being honest, you know what I mean? Like, so that number could drop more or it could rise more. Either way it goes, we have a plan. That's all that matters. Like, we're ready for either way. So how can we be nervous? How can we fear? We could just be ready and we can engage whenever the time is right to sell the home or buy the home.
Yeah.
Either way. So I mean, this recession, this downturn, this scary situation is actually the biggest opportunity in the next 10 years
For investors.
for everyone, because everyone has money that they want to make more with.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have money, they could use their knowledge and take advantage of this market. If they, you know what I mean, with the knowledge and with the resources and with the mentors and with the money, if you have it, take advantage any way possible.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Is this like something you've seen in the past before?
Have you been through a recession? Because I haven't.
Well, I started in recession.
Okay.
Oh, so you kind of.
And it was the best real estate market you've been in, probably?
No, it was just like this.
Okay.
It was slow.
Slow.
And my peers were telling me, hey, if you survive this period, you could be the greatest agent ever.
And this was
But you were as an
2006
agent.
through 8.
Huh?
It was 6 through 8, right? 06 through 08 or 08
I
through 09?
started 08.
Okay, you started in the middle
Yeah.
of the recession.
Like in the middle of a recession.
But you were an agent back then, so how do you feel? What's different for you now being an investor rather than an agent?
Were you an investor in 08?
Back then?
Yeah.
He was an agent.
No, so then he can't answer that because he wasn't an investor back then.
No, I was merely an agent. But
So since you've been an investor, you've never been in a downturn
So it
either.
would be his first one.
as
too,
an
right?
investor, probably no.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, we had dips in the middle of the way.
We had corrections, little corrections, right?
Like winters and
No crash though. Maybe a slight crash at COVID.
like when they raised the interest to 5.5, that was a slight, I don't know,
Slow down.
Yeah.
It was like what, 4 or 5 years ago when they raised too high and then they stopped it and they came back down to 4%.
Yeah, but then we just shot up from there. Everything I bought since 2015, 16,
Just
yeah, I mean, tripled in value if I would have kept it. But I sold everything because I'm a flipper. You know
You're
what
an
I mean?
investor, yeah.
I'm a trader of real estate. So I mean, like, and I wouldn't be able to trade so much real estate if I kept those first few properties
Yeah.
and made triple. You know what I mean? I probably made quadruple or, you know, quintuple, whatever,
Quintuple.
with the money.
it's not even a word.
10 years ago, I bought South LA for $160,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you buy it
1,100
now?
square feet, paid $160,000 and I sold for
Listen,
$240,000.
we were all buying properties in 2014 for $600,000, selling them for $900,000. In 2018, we were buying them for $900,000, selling them for 1.2 and 1.3. And then we're buying them for $1 million, selling them for 1.5. And these properties that are now where we were selling for 1.5 have reduced down to 1.3 again. So this is what's going on. It's just like a
It's like a shift.
yes. And with some of the properties I have on the market, I'm selling them for my price, that my fire sale price. You know what I'm talking about, right?
What do you? What's a fire?
What's a fire
Yeah.
sale price? Let's give you an example. I bought a house for $700,000 and I planned on selling it for 1.1 million. And that would make me a healthy profit, $150,000. A fire sale number. That means, hey, I'm gonna have to get rid of this house for $950 because I want to break even. So I have that number when I buy the house. I know that number. It's called a fire sale. It's like, hey, if shit hits the fan, I need to sell this
Yeah.
house for $950. I'm selling a house for $950 the same situation I'm telling you. 30th.
30th.
So like yeah, so I mean like I am hitting my fire sale numbers, which is giving me a clue. You know, like
where the market might
of
be.
where the market might be headed, but I'm ready for either way. Like I tell you all the time, like you know, it is buying opportunity, but it's selling is kind of tough right now.
Yeah.
But we're selling. Go ahead.
So, you know, today's subject is why is it a good time to buy real estate? So Lonnie started with saying less competition, and that's the fact, right? So you were just saying that the 1.3 listing was sold for 1.5.
A few months
To me
ago.
many times when I was representing buyer, because all this overbidding, not because your house is fancier or better, just because low inventory,
Absolutely.
lots of people.
And there was too much
Yeah.
overbidding
Exactly,
before.
so, like, even-
But they set comps.
Right.
for
They used to
today.
comp, but like it didn't really matter because so many people wanted to buy a house back then.
Well, that means there were so many buyers
Right.
raising the price, which they set new
So
comps.
now we don't have the competition.
Uh-huh.
We don't. There's nobody overbidding. Like maybe a little bit.
That's why prices on the high end of any real estate market is gonna feel it first. If you have an area where their high is 1.5, the top is gonna feel it first. That's why you drop 300, 200,000 at the top of those sales. You're gonna drop 50,000 if you're talking about $800,000 houses. So you know what I mean? Like it's just different margins for different homes.
So I do agree that
Yeah.
with much less competition. You know, last year, one of the house that we put on offer, there was a 63 offers.
Oh my God.
Competing with, and we don't have that anymore. We're just competing with like 4 or 5. now.
Yeah.
As buying investments or buying a single
We're
family?
talking, I mean,
Re-
Real retail.
yeah, we're talking about retail.
I got you.
So you and I have a
No, we don't. I sell retail also. And last year I was getting 50 offers on houses also.
So it's like good to buy because we don't have to compete and increase the price.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with so it's just like
I sold a house in mid city that me and Wani bought for $970 and we sold it for $1.65
which areas?
in April
Which areas?
in Highland on Highland Avenue right off La Brea in mid city.
Like in Angle.
We sold it for 1.65. Today I sell that property for 1.35. Today.
wow.
And that's
That's a
3
lot.
months ago. 3 to 4 months ago.
100K
Today
per
I
month.
sell for maybe less
Right.
because if there's no offers, I'm gonna take less. I'm gonna be more motivated.
So I think it's a good time to like start looking and
It's always a good time to start looking.
shoot for the end of
Always.
the year.
Listen, like
Shoot
Wani
for the
said
end
in
of
the
the year.
beginning,
At the
it's
end of the
always a
year.
good time to buy, and it's always a good time to start looking to buy, and it's always a good time to sell if you're someone in our situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, selling is what we do, you know? So we're also, really understanding about selling a property. And we're also understanding about refinancing a property and what we want to keep and what we can hold on to or what we will take a loss on. Because we understand the market. We got our fingertips deep inside this thing, right?
So
That's
you said this
kinda
is the good. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm sorry. Edit that
a
out.
good time to buy or look,
Oh, it's
right?
live?
But when is the best time?
When you find the house you want to buy.
When you negotiate the best price on a house.
But
When was the best time?
Yeah, because right now it's a good time. It's always a good time, right?
COVID, the 3 months of COVID when no one was in the market.
That was the best time to buy.
Dude, yes, I
best.
killed
But when
it.
there's no, I mean,
I
I'm not
killed
saying
it.
that COVID's gone, but what I'm saying is like, when is it going to be the next
When
time? Is it like at
everybody-
the end of the year when Christmas
Hopefully-
is coming
no, we
up,
don't. We
or-
can't. Well, I don't have a fortune. I don't have that ball that tells you the future. All I know is I feel it should be soon. And recessions and downturns in real estate in the history of time, when I did my studying,
Yeah.
they only last 2 years.
So in 2
You
years.
know, if we started now or
a long
in
time.
April, it just started. Like we got some time.
Yeah.
We got a year or two of a downturn. Maybe no, maybe 2 months and then boom. Who
Well,
knows?
recession means 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP.
We already hit that.
And first quarter of 2022 had negative GDP. Second quarter had a negative GDP, meaning
We're in a recession.
the recession already started in January of 2022.
So we're getting out
good
of it.
news.
kind
That's
of.
good news. We're 6 months into this
is
recession.
it January 2022?
Yeah.
2022.
So we've been in recession for 8 months.
Right.
No, but you know
No
what?
wonder.
But
Yeah.
No wonder I can't save.
I think we're long. How long are we? 30?
Just under 30.
So the last question is,
Yeah.
I mean, Helen also curious. So
Please.
how long do you think this is gonna last? This hour? I mean, we cannot really,
Tell. We don't have a
yeah,
crystal
of course,
ball.
but like how long?
This is a question that I would love to answer. There is no answer.
Yeah.
There is no answer. Like anyone that says anything, they're making an assumption. They're making a prediction.
Prediction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make those.
Why?
Because it's just I'm not a fortune teller.
Oh,
You know, we don't know what's gonna happen.
opinion.
We don't know what's gonna happen. Anyone that tells you they know what's gonna happen, they should be rich beyond measures. And Warren Buffett is out here, the smartest investor out that we know, and he's happy with 12% return a year. Okay, and he is killing it.
Yeah.
And he's killing it because he doesn't know. He can make assumptions and, decisions based on what he knows, and he can make safe, safe decisions. But at the end of the day, it's calculated. It's, you just got to be understanding, and you just got to be,
Kind of wait it out, I guess.
you got to be ready. You just got to, Wani predicts all the time. Ask him because he'll answer.
I do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, prediction is based on the history too, and there's so many stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
Stock market, wars, and all this interest rates. So I know there's a lot on the table, but
And these multimillionaire decision makers that we're never going to be at their tables. They're the guys pulling all the strings on what's going to happen and when do we have the recession and when do we make everything drop. There's people that are pulling strings up there, and
just the opinion, I would say. I have my own opinion about that answer. But
all I know is my opinion is I'm going to be ready to buy real estate. Buy.
Yes.
I'm going to be ready to buy, meaning I have money backed up so I can be liquid to buy real estate
What about you?
for the next 2 years.
I'm buying. I'm still
You're buying?
Yeah, I'm
You're buying. She's buying.
Very important. Cash.
right.
Cash is key right now in this type of market, recession market. Cash is king.
It's time to buy
It's time to buy
now.
right now.
And 6 months from now, everybody will be like, "Oh yeah, we're out of recession.
There's his
it's
prediction.
Time for us to buy."
That's your
Yeah.
prediction right
You're already
there.
too late.
You're already too late.
At
Yeah.
that point, you're gonna be late.
I guess you can say like the saying, it's you buy real estate now and you just wait. Don't wait and buy. You know? Buy now.
They say never try to time the market.
Yeah.
It's time in the market. That's what they say. And also
That time is now.
look, I agree with him in a way because people sit on the sideline waiting for that good deal, and then it passes them by, and the
Yeah.
recession is gone, and then they're back in a good market, and you know what I mean? Like, but in real estate, you can't lose. You can only not get into it, and that's how you lost.
진짜 사고 싶었던 사람이 있었으면 가격은 좀 내려서 지금 사고 렌지 높아도 좀 있다가 한 1, 2년 있다가 좀 내려가고 하니까 다시 리파이낸싱 하면 되는 그 베스트가 있는 거죠.
So what Helen was saying, should you buy now when you can purchase a little less, since the price could be negotiated?
Yeah.
Buy now and with a higher interest rate, and then once the rates come down in a few years, can you refinance it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
That's the name of the game. If your plan is to buy real estate for more than 10 years, then yes, that's the play. As a home buyer, yes, that's a great play.
Yeah.
As a multifamily investor, that is also a good play. Any kind of investor, it's a good play. So all three of the factors of buying home, it checks off like that. Buy now, refinance later, or buy now really cheap and sell later. Either way it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
이자 돈에도 비교해보면 되지.
So, I mean, it's a perfect time to buy, whether the interest rate is high or low. That really doesn't stop me from buying it, but just you need to be careful of on the prediction of the resale. Of the home.
There you go.
You can't look back and say, "Oh, this property like comparable sold for this much back in March or April, so my property will be appreciated at the same price." No, it's got to be softened up a little bit. That's why you can't really look at February, March, April price for now. But you got to discount from that a little bit.
And when you buy-
resell it,
Give yourself a cushion, a little bit extra cushion.
and it's the time that you can ask for cushion from the seller.
It's a little bit easy to get them at this time frame because you're not going to have competition that much on the buy side.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wants to sell nowadays, they are a little desperate for me, I think.
Whoever wants to sell.
You know what? It's just the start of the desperation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to see that thing hit to fear. I want people crying. I want people jumping out of buildings. That's gonna be my
That's
gonna be
scary.
my cue. Whenever I have to dodge bodies on the street from them jumping out of the buildings, that's when I'm gonna buy some real estate. Anyways, I'm buying it all the time. You know.
Yeah. You're always fine. Okay.
All right.
That's
Question?
pretty much it. Any questions?
That was fun.
All right then.
I like this competition. It's very,
제일 좋아하시는
you know what I
Well,
mean?
next week we're gonna talk about
My emotional cover.
Emotional support.
You have one too.